And a lot of fun continues in Baku, Azerbaijan as the tie breaks between Pragg and Fabi gets into the 10+10. It's handshakes, it's go time, and no London this time. Pragg switches it up with 1e4.
We're off. We are off. So which of these two players is going to face Magnus Carlsen in the final? We now have a winner in the women's
third spot in the World Cup. Simon, your move on the board. So bishop b6, still defending that e3 rook. And I'm starting to agree with you that even though white has this extra pawn, black's piece activity now, and no chances for white to create play against black's king, it looks like black has more than enough compensation.
Yeah. I heard a rumor, Tanya, that if they keep drawing and it goes all the way to the 3-minute section, they keep drawing there, it turns into chess boxing fight. And
what do you think is a favorite there?
That's what I was wanted to get to. Yeah.
Before you put me on a spot.
You were so quick there. That was you could see.
I know you well, Simon. I know you well. I knew exactly where this is headed.
Yeah, and you didn't want to answer it. You wanted to put it right back on me. That was clever. That was a clever one. Who's favourite? Well, you know, Fabiano is the older man. I can see him slipping and weaving quite well. But Pragg, I don't know. He's got good posture. His hands are so quick. Let's see him move. Look at that. He's getting ready. You can see he's got the upper guard there. Whoosh. I can see that being a good little right hook there. I think it'd be a very close chess boxing fight. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, as close as the chess fight.
Yeah, it'd probably just be a draw, wouldn't it? Again, it'd just be everything's a draw.
I think these two are too nice to get into a chess boxing match.
They are, yeah, of course. You don't have to be nasty to chess box, so or box. Just want to clarify that. So, as someone who does boxing.
It's such a brutal form, and just the thought that you have to hurt someone physically. I feel like I can't imagine Fabi or Pragg wanting to have a go at each other. At that.
I don't know. I reckon they got a nasty side to them. If you want to be a chess player, it kind of is. It's a brutal sport, right? You have to have some kind of.
What about you, Sai? Because I know I've seen your posts, and I know that you do a little bit of boxing. Is there someone that you'd like to take on in chess boxing?
Many.
Or just boxing?
Just boxing. Just forget about the gloves as well. Many in the world, but let's not go there.
I'm not going to push it by asking. Give us names, Sai. Give us names, Sai.
That's for another time.
For another stream. Fair enough. Let's get back to the chess. Although I have to say that I think this is the kind of position that the players can't play forever. They've got Pragg now under a minute, Fabi about 2 minutes on the clock, but Fabi down a pawn, complete control on the dark squares. And Pragg really doesn't want to trade on e3 right now because that last move of Fabi, it's again got ideas. It's eyeing that b2 pawn, rook e3, d takes e3, would have attacked the queen as well as won that b2 pawn. So Pragg, bishop c4, I think he wants to start pushing the pawns on the queen side. Will he play the safer pragmatic b3 or will he go all out with b4 and trying to gain more space, get that bishop from b6?
Been really good for Pragg, and you may also switch things up, Tanya, and start even playing your queen on the offensive as well. D4 I like, it's a great move, but maybe the queen is well placed on e4 in some positions. And this pawn, it looks to me like it's going to drop. This is okay. Is black going to try to get around? D4, c5. That is committal. Now you can go for this ending, but maybe more to the point is d5 here. Get a passed pawn.
But I think Fabi realizes that he needs to do these things. He needs to try to create a little mess on the board because Pragg is down to seconds and it's his best chance to create complications. And a cross has been awarded to that last move, but Pragg still maintains the advantage. I think he can ignore that evaluation because d5 is such a human move to play.
Yeah, and now queen takes e3. I think d5 was actually the best move. The computer maybe doesn't realize that some of these endings are actually a draw. You obviously cut bishops, but this gives white much better chances in the ending because the queens get exchanged. The white king can come this way, and I think that's a winning position. So black has to keep the
Is on the brink of taking the lead in the match for the first time, gives a check, king h6. The a-pawn still can't move forward, so is he going to try and offer queen trades from d7? You have to watch out for checks on e2. It just feels like white's king should be still safe after a move like c4. He's going in for it. He goes for queen to c8. It allows a check on e2, but maybe it's just a check. And black doesn't really have a follow-up if white just continues even getting his king further into the game with king b6.
Yeah, I like it. The queen comes in straight away, and as you say, there is only one check, and the white king might just march forwards. Look at the time, they're both so short. So the bishop moves, and now maybe queen d7, because this a-pawn, the only thing stopping it is the black queen, so you just block the black queen's route. There might be other ways to win. You might even better block it with a bishop, but keep it simple. Offer the exchange of queens. He's played it. Get the queens off the board, and the check is forced. There was nothing else. Fabiano has to keep the queens on the board.
Yeah, and he wants to go bishop e3 check, but white's king is safe on b7 as well. There's no need for white to panic.
I love this b4 move. Just keep any lines closed. Keep the b file closed rather than grabbing a pawn, and the white king will sit very happily there. Just avoid queen b8 checkmate, and you'll be all right, because a7, a8. This is getting near the end. And where'd you put the king? You might even be able to put it on b5. They both win. Both squares.
You could just go king b5.
Yeah.
And he's done it. King b5. There's no check on the board. a7 is coming up. Pragg knows it. And Fabi down to 13 seconds on the clock. Pragg is about to take the lead in his semi-final against Fabiano Caruana.
This is brilliant stuff from Pragg, and you can tell from his body language, he just had one chance in this game, and that pawn is coming through, and he took the chance straight away. As soon as he was able to swap the rooks, he just grabbed it. He's playing such brilliant chess.
Queen. White can queen, but then it allows a couple of checks, and Pragg is just calculating. He's taking a pause. He's trying to think what happens if he queens. He's gone for it. Black goes c3, and now white has to find the right square for the king. Will he go forward with king b6? Put that king on b7. It looks absolutely safe to me, Simon. Once it gets closer to the queens, king b6, king b7, I think is the way to go here.
I agree, and he's going for that because you want to keep your king on the light squares because your opponent has the dark square bishop. At the end of the day, you're a queen up. This pawn, I mean, okay, it's still a little bit complex because that is coming down the board, but it's white's turn to start checking very soon. Queen f8
look at the tension
on the agenda.
On these two players. Simon, they're sweating right now.
I would be sweating as well if I was playing this game, but it's not over. Let's just remind everyone, if Pragg wins this one, it means that Fabiano has a chance with the white pieces to level the score in the next game, but he's got his king there, and now c2. So how do we win it? Queen f8 check looks like the way to me. Go for mate, 2 queens. You can't stop 2 queens
and that's
attacking.
it. He resigns.
He's done it.
Fabiano Caruana loses his first game in the FIDE